Hello friends, welcome to my channel Delicious Desserts. Today, I will be preparing a very simple recipe for Italian sponge cookies called Savoiardi, also known as ladyfingers. These cookies are traditionally used in Italian desserts, but not only that, soon I will share another very simple and delicious Italian dessert recipe using these cookies. So, we will need 3 eggs, each weighing about 50 grams, 85 grams of wheat flour, 20 grams of cornstarch. You can use potato starch if you don't have cornstarch, or replace it with the same amount of wheat flour, and 100 grams of sugar. The eggs need to be very carefully separated into whites and yolks. The bowl must be completely dry because the sponge batter needs to be baked immediately to prevent it from collapsing. Therefore, I will immediately prepare a piping bag with a round nozzle of 1.3 to 1.5 centimeters in diameter. If you don't have a nozzle, that's okay, just cut the tip of the piping bag. I place the bag over a tall glass for easy filling. I also prepare the baking sheet, lining it with a Teflon mat or baking paper. Silicone works too. We start by whisking the egg whites, adding a pinch of salt, and mixing on medium speed until soft peaks form. Now, add about half of the sugar, with the remaining sugar going into the yolks. Beat the whites on a slightly higher speed. While the whites are being whipped, I'd like to tell you a little about the history of these cookies. Savoiardi cookies, also known as ladyfingers, have a rich history dating back to the 15th century. They were created in Savoy, a region on the border of France and Italy, in honor of a visit by the King of France. King Charles VIII and his courtiers were so impressed by the light and airy cookies that they became the official cookie of the Savoy court. Savoiardi are traditionally used in desserts like tiramisu and charlotte due to their ability to absorb liquids and retain their shape. Returning to our recipe, once the egg whites are stiff and hold their shape, you can turn the bowl upside down to ensure nothing spills. That's when they're ready. Set them aside, and add the remaining sugar to the yolks. Using the same beaters, no need to wash them, whip the yolks until they lighten and increase in volume, about 2 to 3 minutes on high speed. Next, we will add the flour and cornstarch in 2 stages. It's important to sift the dry ingredients. Sift part of the flour and cornstarch over the egg whites. Then, without mixing, add the whipped yolks, and sift the remaining flour and cornstarch. Gently fold everything together with circular motions using a silicone spatula. Do not overmix. Once the ingredients are combined and the batter is smooth, transfer it to the prepared piping bag. Pipe the batter onto the prepared baking sheet, spacing them apart as they will expand during baking, about 10 centimeters in length. Sprinkle with powdered sugar on top to create a crispy crust. Bake in a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius for about 10 to 13 minutes. Do not open the oven door during baking to prevent the cookies from deflating. This recipe makes about 18 cookies. They should be slightly golden on top. When done, turn off the oven, open the door, and let the cookies cool completely in the oven. Once cooled, remove the cookies from the paper. If they stick, you can use a silicone spatula. It should come off easily with that. If you're not using the cookies immediately for desserts, you can leave them on a rack overnight and then store them in an airtight container. These cookies are crispy on the outside and tender inside, slightly sweet in taste. They are as good as store-bought cookies. The recipe is very easy and anyone can make it. Thank you for watching my video on making Savoiardi cookies. I hope you enjoyed creating these delicate and delicious desserts with me. Subscribe to my channel, like the video.